Let's try this again. Stock market manipulation. That's what we just saw when Donald Trump sent out a social media post using his three initials for his stock trading symbol, DJT, to sign off about buying stock today is a great idea. 3.5 hours later, he followed the commands of his masters on Wall Street, including Bill Ackman, who infamously posted a note about 2 days earlier that Wall Street was upset and that Donald Trump was causing a nuclear winter of the economy. Then Bill Ackman got in Donald Trump's ear, along with Jamie Dimon, and 3 hours knowing that he was going to put a 90-day pause on the tariffs, the same thing that had leaked out 3 days earlier, Donald Trump told the investing market to buy. And then he manipulated the market and the stocks went through the roof, recovering $3 trillion worth of value, stocks up 10%. Who benefited? Who lined their pocket? Who got tipped off in advance in the Trump administration or those around him? The billionaire index went up in the largest one-day jump. That's how much wealth billionaires in the world make in a day. Went up $304 billion in one day, the largest jump. Follow the money. I'm going to do it. Senators for the Democrats are doing it. You're on Legal AF. We're going to do it together. I'm Michael Popok. Almost immediately, Wall Street decided to rein in their patsy, Donald Trump. They had been rejected for the beginning of this term. They had been they thought, well, we'll be okay. We got Scott Bessent and we got as the Treasury Secretary. We like him. Howard Lutnick, he's on Wall Street, sort of. We kind of like him as Commerce Secretary. What could go wrong? Everything. Donald Trump decided to listen to Peter Navarro, didn't listen to Elon Musk, and decided to go full on, loaded for bear, to destroy the American economy by announcing 100 tariffs all at the same time with an average rate of 23%. That pissed off Wall Street, and they ganged up on Donald Trump. The ganging up on Donald Trump is interesting. The fact that Bill Ackman used to be a Democrat who gave 30 reasons why he wasn't going to vote Democrat with Kamala Harris and why he was supporting Donald Trump. He, just 3 days ago, I did a hot take on it, he famously said, I was wrong. And this is causing a nuclear winter. It's a confidence game on Wall Street. And Donald Trump is destroying confidence. He got into the year. Donald Trump listened to him. There were phone calls, apparently, as reporting goes. Ken Griffin, who owns another major quadrillion-dollar hedge fund. Stan Druckenmiller, Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan Chase, all spoke to or got the message to Donald Trump that Wall Street was pissed. And that sound you hear now is the popping of champagne corks on the trading floors of the major banks, including Citibank, including JP Morgan Chase, including Merrill Lynch, including Goldman Sachs, because of the amount of money, the sheer volume of transactions in the last day was a 10 out of 10 on the scale, on the Richter scale. Follow the money. We have senators like Adam Schiff. We have senators like Chris Murphy, who have posted on their social media and said it out loud, as has AOC. Who's tipped off in advance? Who knew about the fact that Donald Trump was going to hit the brake, the emergency brake, and give a 90-day pump the brakes and tariff freeze and the impact on the market? Let me give you an example, because there's already talk about insider trading. Come May 15th, members of Congress have to disclose their stock transactions. We're going to see who got tipped off. Let's use Marjorie Taylor Greene as an example of somebody who might have been tipped off. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'm not even sure what her family money was. I think she was a personal trainer at some time before she ran for Congress from a relatively rural and poor district in Georgia. She somehow has $750,000 to invest in the Treasury market, buying Treasury bonds, right before Donald Trump's tariffs were announced. And right at the time he announced the tariffs, maybe being tipped off that he was going to hit the pause button and lead to a major increase in recovery of value, she bought on the down Apple and Amazon and other tech stocks reap in April 3rd and 4th, reaping a huge profit when yesterday on the 9th, boom, 90-day freeze. She's not going to be the only one. Follow the money. Who in the Trump family? Who in the Trump organization? What did Trump media, DJT stock price, right? Why did he use his stock price symbol as his sign off for a social media post, which he never does? What else was he signaling? What else was he punking the American people? And while this billionaires made their $304 billion in a day and trillions of dollars were recovered because of Donald Trump's second social media post, the average American, the middle-class American suffered, continues to suffer. Sure, the market may recover. It's going to be tough to recover a 25% drop. It went up about 10% yesterday. Right now, the markets are down. We'll continue to follow it, but it has broken a trust, a level of confidence with our trading partners around the world that will not be recovered under the Trump administration. Who can trust these people? All it takes is whoever talks to Donald Trump last, that's our economic policy. What kind of erratic, criminally insane crap is that? Or as one of our Democratic representatives said yesterday to Donald Trump's trade representative, WTF? What is going on with this amateur hour? How do you not know the policy and you're the trade representative? How did you not know that there was going to be a pause for 90 days when you come here before Congress for oversight? WTF? We say WT legal AF around here. Now, the Ackman issue is very interesting. I just covered it a day or so ago on a hot take. Bill Ackman, Pershing Square Capital. He, Jamie Dimon, Ken Griffin, all quadrillionaires got together and called Donald Trump and said, "You are not obeying. You're not obeying your overlords and masters." That's all it took. Whoever talked to Donald Trump last, he just threw over. That just shows you how ill-planned, with no thought process, no deep thinking about executing a tariff policy to wreck the American economy was done on a whim and was paused on a whim. It's whoever calls him last. That erratic behavior, which some people delight in because they find it interesting, like it's a television show, is not interesting when you're the leader of the free world and you run my economy for me as a steward of the public trust and the public money. So we're going to see what happens. I thought it was odd. Talk about insider trading. 3 days before Donald Trump announces the official 90-day pause, a phony rumor of a 90-day pause goes out to the market at the end of the trading day, the day after Liberation Day, last Thursday, Friday, and the market spikes until the Trump administration says in rapid response team fashion, because they had this rapid response team, it was fake news, and then it dropped again. But Donald Trump saw what happened. Bill Ackman saw what happened. Wall Street saw what happened. It saw the jubilation that broke out even temporarily because they thought the 90 days. So one of two things happened. Either Donald Trump always planned to hit the emergency brake for 90 days. It leaked out early and then he had to deny it because he wasn't ready. Or he saw the fake news, decided it would be good news for him to adopt it as a policy on the fly. I don't know which is worse. And then in consultation with his overlords on Wall Street, he decided to implement it before our very eyes. Follow the money. Insider trading. Okay? The problem is we don't have a Securities and Exchange Commission. We don't have a Department of Justice that's going to look into these things. Not now, not until the midterms, not until we get our hands on some of these agencies through oversight. So it's up to the Democrats in the minority position, but strongly in the minority, but have a strong voice in the minority position to do their job, to demand information, to demand transparency, to hold hearings, to get to the bottom of this. They're going to have to do it. They're our only hope. You're our only hope, Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Democrats in the Senate and the House until the midterms. Then we get the majority. then we open up investigations and possibly impeachment, because if it turns out that any part of that money ended up in any part of Donald Trump's world, that's an impeachable offense. What he just did is probably an impeachable offense, but it has to be in the hands when the adults return to the room. And that's where you come in. Help us here on Legal AF, hit the subscribe button, and get ready for the midterms. Don't be watching me on midterm voting day. Vote on midterm voting day. Get Congress back into the Democrats' hands. Get the Senate the exact same way. I'll give you an impeachment and conviction. You give me the House and the Senate. So my next reporting, I'm Michael Popok.
I'm Michael Popok, and I got some big news for our audience. Most of you know me as the co-founder of Midas Touch's Legal AF and the Legal AF YouTube channel, or as a 35-year national trial lawyer. Now, building on what we started together on Legal AF, I've launched a new law firm, the Popok Firm, dedicated to obtaining justice through compassionate and zealous legal representation. At the Popok Firm, we are focused on obtaining justice for those who have been injured or damaged by a life-altering event by securing the highest dollar recoveries. I've been tirelessly fighting for justice for the last 35 years, so my own law firm organically building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popok Firm today at 1-877-POPOK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopokfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popok Firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.